everyone out there in YouTube land. I am the Scent Maven and welcome back to my channel Shopping in Scents for another not scent related or shopping related video. So today we're going to be talking about a topic that I've just been itching to talk to you guys about, something that's fascinating to me, and that is the whole Storm Area 51 phenomena that's on Facebook. But before we get into it, as with the low-tech nature of my channel and non-editing, we are going to watch a clip from The Simpsons. So I'm going to bring out my laptop here because I don't do that whole picture-in-picture thing. And we're going to watch The Simpsons. Okay.
I found Area 51.
No, ma'am. This is Area 51A.
Well, I'm kind of lost. Can you tell me where I am?
I'm sorry. The location of this location is classified.
Okay, and you can see at the end, there's a map that says, you are here, we are not. So, what is this whole thing about if you guys are not familiar? So, somebody back in June, July, around that time, started a Facebook event page called Storm Area 51, Let's See Them Aliens. Okay, so as of the filming of this video, 2 million people have signed up to Storm Area 51, and 1.4 million people said that they were interested in going. So why do people want to go? Why is this a terrible idea? And what does this whole thing mean? So Area 51 has long been this kind of secretive location that the government, I read, didn't even state was a actual place. Didn't admit it was an actual place until around 2003. So it is let me consult my notes. It is a Air Force military base in Groom Lake, Nevada. That's Groom, like is in bride and groom. Groom Lake, Nevada, and its actual name is the Nevada Test and Training Range. So there has long been speculation, and it's debatable where this speculation comes from, that the government is hiding alien life, UFOs, extraterrestrials, little green men on this military base. And this person who created the Facebook page says that we're going to go see them aliens. So, where do I start with this? Something that I wanted to mention before I forget, because I filmed this video a few times and I keep screwing it up, is that there are already spin-off pages from Storm Area 51. There's Storm the Bermuda Triangle and Storm Loch Ness. Let's find the Loch Ness Monster. Okay. Now, storming Area 51 is a terrible idea. Number one, because trespassing onto a military base is a crime. And I really don't think, even though it's a joke, and the guy that started the page says it's a joke, and you guys may say to me, you're being too serious about this, I don't think it's ever a good idea to encourage people to commit a crime. Now, there are signs posted around the military base at the what's considered the entranceway that says that trespassers will be subject to jail time and fines, thousands of dollars in fines. And there's supposedly signs that say deadly force authorized. So there is the potential of being arrested and fined and shot at to go and do what? Do people really believe that they're going to get onto this base? And if they do they really think that they're going to see aliens? Aliens in the sense that we see in movies? Okay. So, first, like I said, bad idea. And you guys may ask, do I believe in aliens and extraterrestrial life and all that kind of stuff? So if you're asking, do I believe that there is life beyond what we know on this planet Earth? I would say yes. There's probably life in other places, microorganisms, who knows what type of life. Do I think it's the type of alien life that we see depicted in movies with little green men or multi-legged creatures with dozens of eyes or slimy, scary things? Probably not. And where does this whole fascination with aliens in the United States come from? When did it start? So there are many theories on this. The most common one seems to be the crash in Roswell, New Mexico. So sometime around 1947, there was an increase in people sighting unidentified flying objects, flying saucers, and all this type of thing. A rancher slash farmer in Roswell, New Mexico, saw something crash into the land there. He brought the debris to the local sheriff, who then turned it over to the local military people. They analyzed the debris and they determined that it was a weather balloon. Now, a lot of people don't believe that that's true. They think there was a cover-up. And the speculation, the fascination, the crazy ideas, the different, I don't know, the unknown, the whole alien thing sort of went on from there. I know I'm not explaining this very well. So people are fascinated by what they don't know. And people are fascinated by conspiracies, and they're fascinated by what they think the government is hiding from them. And I think there are people that have a natural distrust of the government, and I can see why. I can also see why the government needs to protect its secrets in order to ensure safety. And we can have a whole debate about, you know, how far that goes. But like I said, to begin with, storming Area 51 is a crime, and it's not recommended. So let's say you decide to go for real. And you get to what is the outside of the military base, where the signs are and the barbed wire, the fencing, or whatever seems to be what would look like the entranceway to the base. They have guards there, obviously. They have military personnel there that are going to make sure that you don't cross that threshold. Even if you did, by some miracle, get past that point, the base is not located, according to what I've read, beyond that entry point. It's somewhere 14 to 20 miles, at least, beyond that, and camouflaged quite well as to not be conspicuous. So, if you get onto the land, and you manage to find the camouflage base, and you manage to get past a second line of security, inside the base, for different parts of the base, I would think that there are security checkpoints, meaning that you would have to put a fingerprint ID to get in, a regular ID, a facial scan. Who knows what kind of extensive security measures they have in place there to make sure that the only authorized people are allowed to go into the places they're meant to go into. So imagine you get through all of that. Do you really think that if aliens existed, number one, they wouldn't have moved them by now because the jig is up, or that they would be so far into the base that it would be the most difficult, impossible thing to find? It would be beyond just storming the initial part of it. Let's say you find an alien. Let's say you really find a little green man living in there with 5 eyes. What are you going to do then? You found them. Okay. What if he's not friendly? What do you do with him? What do you do at that point? It's just, I know, and the more I talk about it, the more ridiculous it seems. The more completely outrageous, and just why would anybody want to do something like this? Now, what do I think is really going to happen? I feel like my glasses are crooked. I don't know. What do I really think is going to happen? I think that it would be, first of all, I think it's going to, the whole fascination with this event, which is supposed to take place, I should say, scheduled to take place on September 20th. I don't even know what day of the week that is. September 20th between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. I think maybe a couple of people will show up, a couple of tourists, Maybe 100 people will show up. Certainly not 2 million. And will they actually try to storm the base? I highly doubt it. I think they'll get to the front. They'll look at the signs. They'll look out into the desert. The guards will look back at them. And they'll walk away. They may camp out over there. They may share stories with each other. Maybe it'll be like a whole little, alien enthusiast get together. There's supposedly an alien like themed gift shop visitor center over there. Maybe people will go over to that and check that out. That's actually the point where the Facebook page organizer is telling people to meet at, which I've read is actually on the opposite side of where the what would be considered the entryway is, where the signs are. So he's putting people on the exact opposite place of where they would be. So if the government saw people starting to congregate over there, they would already have ample time to do whatever it is that they're going to do to discourage people from going to the actual base. So they'll probably get together over there. They'll, buy some alien gift stuff. They'll chat and whatever. And the whole thing will blow over. That's what I really think is going to happen. The unfortunate thing is if somebody actually gets hurt, whether it's because they get into a fight over there or they try to go past the guard area and get arrested, pushed, shot at, whatever, it would be really unfortunate and really just, I don't know what the word would be, unnecessary if somebody were to get hurt over this whole thing, because it's just silly, the concept of it. So let's hope that no one gets hurt. Now, the town that is outside of the military base, the closest town is called Rachel, Nevada. I never heard of it. I looked it up online. It is a population of 54 people. That's 54. It's a very small town, obviously. And the police force and the emergency services and all that stuff that's over there would be way overwhelmed if people decided they were going to flood the area. Even if it was just gawkers and just people come to get a glimpse of the area, take pictures with there's a sign that says the extraterrestrial highway. And I think there's near this gift shop thing, there's a statue of a green alien with a flying saucer and stuff. So even if people just go to the town to take pictures and it's completely innocent and nothing happens, they're still going to be overwhelmed with people. And that's unfair to this small town where they just want to live their life. They want to be left alone. They just, they're in that part of the region for a reason, And there is one hotel there. It's called the Little Alley Inn. So an inn, an inn, an INN, a hotel. So this is the Little Alley Inn. And it has 14 rooms and it's booked already. The closest town, I think other than that, the closest larger town is called Alamo. And it's about, I think, 50 miles away. And that's the only place where you could buy gas and stuff and be close to civilization. So even they're saying that they're booked up for that time. And people may, if they can't get a hotel room or whatever, they may camp out there. It's the desert. It's hot. There's probably snakes and who knows what kind of stuff out there. Who knows how safe it is. So for people to overrun the area for no good reason is not fair to the townspeople, like I said. And what is the whole purpose of this thing, really? The guy who started the page, it links to an online store where you can buy Storm Area 51 t-shirts and all kinds of stuff. So maybe he's looking at it as a money-making proposition. It's certainly going to fall flat for him when no one shows up. And maybe he'll sit back and say, see, I told you it was all a joke. Nobody was going to listen. Or the opposite side of that is the town gets overrun and something bad happens and people hold that guy responsible. So I had also read that not only is going onto a military base, unauthorized a crime, but telling people to commit a crime, to tell people to do that, is also a crime. So I don't know why the government isn't being more speculative, more investigative about him. The other thing that I wonder about is all those people that signed up that said that they were going to go or were interested in going, are they on some kind of government watch list now? So I certainly wouldn't sign up for something like that. Not even as a joke. What else can I tell you? Oh, so they said that people should Naruto run onto the base, and I didn't know what that meant either. So apparently it has to do with an anime cartoon. A guy runs real fast. It's called a Naruto run. And so you put your arms behind your back like, and you storm forward. And this guy with the Facebook page is like, they can't stop us all. Well, they certainly can. There was a joke. Trevor Noah did a joke about this on the, what is that show called? The Daily Show, where he said, haven't people heard of bombs? Of course they can stop a whole bunch of people from storming onto a base. I mean, this is now getting into, if it was a foreign country or the war or people coming onto a base, certainly they would be able to stop soldiers, armies. They can stop lots of people if they need to. Okay, so the idea that they can't stop us all is ridiculous, completely ridiculous. I think it's going to fizzle out. I'm interested in knowing what you guys think. Are you going to go? Do you think people are going to find little green men or women on that site? And if they do, what then? I think this would be a better idea for a mock documentary, like a mockumentary, like an idea for a movie. I saw online there's a movie called Area 51. I haven't watched it, so I don't know if it's related to this whole military base alien thing. It probably is. But the Storm Area 51 idea sounds like the good premise for a movie, because you can suspend disbelief and safely imagine, pretend what would happen if this actually took place. Make a movie about it, about a bunch of people going and storming Area 51, and let them find aliens and let's see where it goes. Are they good aliens? Are they bad aliens? Did they take them back to their planet? Do they save them? Make it into a movie where you can just have fun with it, and it just be, silly and just a whole kind of entertainment type thing, without endangering people's lives, without disrupting life out in the desert, without, giving the military another thing to worry about that they don't need. With all the things going on in this world, the last thing the military needs to prepare for is a bunch of loony people going over to Area 51. I shouldn't say that. There could be sane people that are just curiosity seekers. Surely that's what many tourist attractions are about. So yeah, make it into a movie. Do something fun with it. Don't do it for real. So speaking of movies, now I'm a big fan of the Purge movies. There are about 4 in the series. I think the second one was really the best, The Purge Anarchy. The first one, yeah, it was okay. The second one was really the best. But anyway, if you haven't seen the Purge movies, what it is about is the country is under the watch of the new founding fathers, and on one day out of the year, all crime, including murder, is legal for 12 hours. And it's really a social statement, because in addition to being a great idea for a movie, it's a social statement because the people who are rich, who can afford to protect themselves, are the people who easily survive Purge night. But If you are out in the open, you can't afford a security system, you're homeless, or, you know, whatever, just not in the upper echelon of people, you can't afford to protect yourself, then you're more at risk during the purge. So there have been a bunch of videos online. What if the purge was real, you know? And I think that's what they should do with this whole Storm Area 51 thing. Let's imagine what could happen. Let's imagine, let's theorize, let's discuss in an intelligent way. Let's, you know, do different things with it, but let's not do it for real. And I don't think anybody, although there very well could be, I have to look more online, that's saying that we should do the purge for real and make all crime legal for 12 hours. I don't think anybody's advocating for doing that for real. So imagine if the reverse were true. Imagine if somebody started a Facebook page before the purge movies came out saying, you know, let's make all crime legal for 12 hours. It would just be a horrific thing. So I think there's some things that are made for, well, let's see, there are some things that we should do. Well, yeah, there are some things we should do, and there's some things that we clearly shouldn't do. But like I said, some things I think are better for the silver screen, for movies, and not for real life. And some things that have been made into movies, the reverse should not be true. We shouldn't do Area 51 for real. We should not do the purge for real. And I think it's better just to leave it to our imaginations, certain things. Now, what do I think about the other two storming ideas? Storm the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is an area in the ocean. I forget what 3 places it borders. I think Florida, Bermuda, and I don't know where else. And it's been the site of disappearances of boats and planes and stuff. So, but it's also one of the most traveled routes in that area. So plenty of people go through the Bermuda Triangle and don't disappear. So for people to say storm the Bermuda Triangle, well, what does that mean? Were they all going to get boats and go out there? I don't know how that's going to work. Storming Loch Ness in Scotland. What are you going to do? You're going to run over to Loch Ness. It's a huge body of water, and what? Put on some scuba diving gear, go into Loch Ness and look for the Loch Ness monster like it's just going to appear? I don't know how that would work. Are people going to go and try to drain Loch Ness? That's been something that people have talked about online. Let's drain Loch Ness. Get rid of all the water and see if the Loch Ness monster is really there for real. What do you think is the next site that they're going to tell people to storm? That's another question. So that's what I want to know from you guys. What do you think about storming Area 51? Are you guys going? Did you sign up to go? Are you interested in going? What's the next place people are going to say we're going to storm and not show up? What's the next place? So that's it for this video. Thank you for taking time and sitting with me and listening to me ramble. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Remember to comment. Remember to subscribe. Hit the little gray bell. I will be back with more actual shopping and scent related videos. Until next time, goodbye everyone out there in YouTube land.